Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam Shocker, and we begin with a developing story involving Overland High School in Aurora. Police say a 17-year-old student was caught this morning with a gun in one of the hallways. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry is live outside of the school now. Jaleesa, the staff played a very important part in stopping the student from what could have been an unthinkable tragedy.
Yeah, Sam, you know, it could have been an unthinkable tragedy, and that's what we are focusing on today, that no one was hurt, no one was injured, and in fact, classes resumed in less than 2 hours rather, from the initial call. Now, as you can see behind me, things are fairly normal. Students coming and going as they normally would during school, but this is what we know so far. Aurora Police say a 17-year-old student was breaking up a fight between two girls when he pulled a gun out of what they believe was his waistband. Authorities say another student saw that gun and alerted staff and started a lockdown. From there, another school official chased that teen, tackled him, and held him until the school resource officer was able to detain him. Officials say this all happened in a matter of seconds. Now, they say they did find a loaded .40 caliber gun on that student. He was taken into custody, and they're still trying to figure out those charges he may face. Police say the gun was not stolen and no additional weapons were found on him. But again, the school was put on lockdown during this. The sergeant that oversees the SRO says the staff acted quickly and no one, including the suspect, was hurt during the incident, which is all they can ask for in a situation like this.
Well, you never, it's kind of a catch-22, right? Because you never want a gun on school. You never want a juvenile to have a gun either, but the totality of it, I think it's a best case scenario. Nobody's injured. The school followed the safety protocols in a wonderful way, I thought. And like I said, we got a gun out of the school, and he's now in custody.
Now, we were able to speak to the school district today to ask why classes did resume after such a stressful incident. They said because the threat was over, they thought it was best to resume classes, but they did add that there is additional mental health support available for any student that needs it today. Reporting live in Aurora, Jaleesa Irizarry, 9 News.
Jaleesa, thank you. Aurora Police are also still looking for a Cherokee Trail High School student who is believed to have been the driver in this video. He's accused of hitting several cars in the school parking lot yesterday, as well as the lot of Fox Ridge Middle School. They say he also slashed the tire of an off-duty sheriff's deputy who was dropping off his child at school. Cherry Creek School says the teen left and came back a few times before driving away. No one was hurt, but the schools were put on secure status and students were kept inside. Police said the boy's guardian reported him as a runaway and that he had stolen her car. While he still hasn't been found, the schools are operating as normal today. And Lone Tree is damaged, and the young students are back home after a Cybertruck hit it this morning and caught fire. The crash into the Primrose School on Teddy Lane happened a little before 9 a.m. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon was on scene.
A vehicle struck a preschool building and then caught on fire, and right now they are towing away that vehicle. I'm going to have my photographer Travis show you guys that right now. You can see firefighters are getting it moved onto this tow truck to take away. Earlier we saw them put a fire blanket over it, and they kind of towed it away a little bit from the building and left it there for a little while. Now they're taking away that Cybertruck that hit that building, that school building, and then caught on fire. And I'm going to have Travis pan over so you guys can see the damage that it did to this school here. So this is the Primrose School of Lone Tree, which according to Google is a preschool. An electric car hit the building and then caught fire, and obviously that fire is now under control. So we spoke to some witnesses who saw this all happen. They saw the big flames and they saw the big plume of smoke when it all happened. They say police arrived first on scene. The Lone Tree Police Department is just across the street here from the school, so they were able to arrive very quickly, and they were also able to safely evacuate all of the students, kids, teachers, and staff away from the building, and everyone is safe and accounted for here this morning. South Metro Fire Rescue also told us that they sent a hazmat team to this, but again, everyone is safe and accounted for. In Lone Tree, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
All right, Courtney, thank you. Let's break away from all these big stories and turn to the potentially record-tying heat we are expecting today. It comes with a slight chance for a brief storm as well. So let's get right on over to our senior meteorologist, Chris Bianchi. So we got heat, maybe some rain. What do you got up your sleeve for us, Chris?
Yeah, if we get a storm, it would probably not produce rain, it would just produce wind. So it's a warm day. That's the big story, right? Daily record today is 90. A good chance that we end up tying that. We're already at 82 as of noon out at the airport. Low 80s across most of the metro area. Most of the eastern plains already in the 70s and 80s, 60s and 70s in the high country. And the radar is quiet right now, but speaking to that chance for some gusty storms this afternoon, we will see clouds increase in the next hour or two. That'll bring us some of those gusty storms with the potential for some localized 50 to 60 mile an hour winds between 2 and 7 p.m. But if you're hoping for more widespread rain, we'll get that this weekend. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. And right now, a person is in custody in connection with two fires that started at a local restaurant over the past 2 days. The owners say they feel their restaurant's been targeted, but they don't understand why. The most recent fire sparked early this morning at around 4 a.m. and was put out by 5:15. Castle Rock's fire chief says it wasn't a rekindling of the fire or the first fire that happened right after midnight Tuesday morning. The owners say the damage from that one looked manageable, but this morning's fire was entirely different.
This fire did a lot more damage. It looked structural. It went up to the second floor, and it puts us a little bit at loss for words on what we're going to do moving forward now. It's just a shock. I can't believe 2 nights in a row this happened. It almost feels like we're being attacked.
The owners add that they're not quite sure what the next steps are, but they've started a GoFundMe to support themselves and their employees. The cause of the fires are under investigation, and again, Castle Rock Police do have someone in custody. And 2 law firms are preparing lawsuits against the city and county of Denver. We've learned from our sister station in Austin, Texas, the firms represent the passengers on the Frontier plane that hit and killed a person at Denver's airport Friday night. The Austin TV station learned a Texas-based firm is working closely with Ramos Law, based here in Colorado. A 41-year-old man had climbed over the 8-foot perimeter fence and walked onto the runway, then was hit and killed. It caused an engine fire, and attorneys say the plane filled with smoke. 12 people reported injuries after the crash, but one attorney said the situation also caused psychological injuries.
I have 3 clients right now who were sitting in a row right next to the engine, and they actually saw portions of the individual's body go through the engine, which you can imagine must be a very traumatic experience. As soon as that occurred, of course, everybody on the aircraft, and my clients included, have told me they all thought that they were going to die.
The lawyers claim the incident was preventable and blame, quote, multiple failures in the design, maintenance, monitoring, and operation of the airport security fence. Yesterday, DIA CEO said they are now reviewing ways to improve security around that fence. We reached out to Ramos Law and the city of Denver for comment, but haven't heard back yet. The U.S. Court of Appeals is now weighing the arguments justices heard yesterday on the civil lawsuit surrounding the deadly mass shooting at Club Q. Ashley Powell, Daniel Aston, Derek Rump, Kelly Loving, and Raymond Green Vance were shot and killed while in the Colorado Springs LGBTQ nightclub in November of 2022. 25 others were also hurt when a 23-year-old gunman opened fire. The civil lawsuit names El Paso County officials for what the lawyers claim was keeping deputies from using the state's red flag law. The sheriff's department had known the shooter made threats before. The suit also names Club Q itself for, quote, failure in security planning, staffing, training, and emergency response. There's no word when the appellate judges will make their ruling. And Alex Murdaugh, the man in prison for killing his wife and younger son in South Carolina in 2021, will get a new trial. The South Carolina Supreme Court overturned his murder convictions and life sentence, saying a court clerk influenced the trial by suggesting to jurors that Murdaugh might lie while testifying in his own defense. While Murdaugh will get a new trial, he'll stay behind bars.